Psychic abilities, also known as extrasensory perception, ESP, or psychic power, is the ability to perceive information or cues from the non-physical world. Every human being can develop these psychic abilities and powers. Here's a list of 10 mind-blowing psychic abilities and their practical applications in everyday life. 1. Telepathy, the ability to read or communicate thoughts, emotions, or information directly from one mind to another without using any known channels of communication. Here's an example. In ancient Greece, there were legends of an extraordinary bond between two renowned philosophers and close friends, Pythagoras and Empedocles. They were said to possess a remarkable form of telepathy that allowed them to communicate silently and share profound thoughts. One day, while Pythagoras was away on a distant journey, Empedocles fell ill. As his condition worsened, he began to experience vivid visions and intense emotions. Despite the physical distance, Pythagoras sensed his friend's distress and, in his mind, reached out to comfort him. In the depths of his illness, Empedocles claimed to have felt Pythagoras' presence, as if he was receiving reassurance and guidance from his distant friend. In a state of altered consciousness, Empedocles even reported having vivid dreams of Pythagoras visiting him, imparting wisdom and healing energy. When Pythagoras returned from his journey, he was amazed to find Empedocles recovering, as if their telepathic connection had contributed to his friend's healing. They shared their experiences, realizing the unique bond that allowed them to communicate silently, transcending the limitations of physical distance. The legend of Pythagoras and Empedocles' telepathic connection spread throughout ancient Greece, inspiring awe and fascination among the people of that time. Their extraordinary connection became a symbol of the profound depths of human connection and the mysterious potential of the human mind. 2. Precognition, the ability to perceive future events or gain knowledge about future occurrences that cannot be explained by normal means. Here's an example. One evening, Alex, a teenager with a reputation for having strange dreams, has a vivid vision while daydreaming in class. He sees a family trapped in a car accident at a specific intersection in town. Disturbed by the vision's clarity, he decides to take a different route home that day. As he approaches the usual intersection, he witnesses a severe accident involving the same family he saw in his vision. Thanks to his precognition, he had avoided the potential disaster. 3. Clairvoyance, the ability to gain information about a person, object, location, or event through extrasensory perception without using the 5 traditional senses. Here's an example. In a small, quaint town nestled among rolling hills, a legendary fortune teller named Madame Elara resided. Locals spoke of her remarkable clairvoyant abilities that could unravel even the most mysterious of circumstances. One day, a distraught mother rushed into her parlor, seeking answers about her missing daughter, Lily. Without asking for any details, Madame Elara closed her eyes and held a treasured bracelet belonging to Lily. With a gentle touch, she tapped into her extrasensory perception, and visions flooded her mind. She described a secluded cottage in the woods and a faint whisper of Lily's voice echoing through the trees. Madame Elara sensed an air of urgency and revealed that Lily was trapped but alive. Guided by the clairvoyant's insights, the townspeople embarked on a search, following the trail she described. After a treacherous journey through the dense forest, they stumbled upon the hidden cottage, just as Madame Elara had foretold. The rescue team found Lily trapped inside, but thanks to their timely arrival, she was unharmed and reunited with her grateful mother. Madame Elara's remarkable demonstration of clairvoyance not only solved the mystery of Lily's disappearance, but also instilled hope and admiration in the hearts of those who witnessed the power of her extrasensory abilities. 4. Psychokinesis, the power to move or manipulate objects with the mind alone, without any physical interaction. Here's an example. In the abandoned attic, Mark faced an old, dusty book on a shelf. With a focused mind, the book slowly slid from its place, floating gracefully into his outstretched hand, demonstrating his astonishing psychokinetic prowess. 5. Remote viewing, the ability to gather information about a distant or unseen target through extrasensory perception, often used in military and intelligence contexts. Here's an example. In a classified military base, Agent John, a seasoned remote viewer, sat in a dimly lit room, tasked with gathering intelligence on a hidden enemy facility. With a blank sheet of paper before him, he cleared his mind and focused on the coordinates provided by the intelligence team. Suddenly, vivid images flooded his consciousness. He saw high walls, guarded entrances, and underground tunnels. With each passing moment, the details grew clearer. He sketched the layout of the facility, noting critical security points and potential weak spots. Later, when presented to the military command, Agent Smith's remote viewing report proved remarkably accurate, revealing crucial information about the enemy's hidden stronghold. His extraordinary ability to remote view helped strategize a successful mission, making him an indispensable asset in the world of military and intelligence operations. 6. Mediumship. The capacity to communicate with spirits, deceased individuals, or entities from other realms. Here's an example. In a Victorian-era parlor, a group of people gathered for a séance, seeking to connect with their departed loved ones. Margaret, a renowned medium, sat at the head of the table, channeling her unique gift of mediumship. As the séance began, the atmosphere grew palpably charged. Margaret closed her eyes and opened herself to the spirit world. Suddenly, she started speaking with a voice that was not her own. It was gentle yet unmistakably distinct, a communication from the other side. One by one, spirits came forth through Margaret, conveying messages of love, guidance, and closure to the tearful participants. They recognized the spirits of their dearly departed, each message filled with intimate details only the deceased and their loved ones would know. One woman, overcome with emotion, received a final apology from her late father, healing a decades-long rift between them. Another man, burdened with guilt, was reassured by his late wife that he was forgiven and should live life to the fullest. Margaret's remarkable mediumship not only provided solace and closure to those in the séance, but also offered undeniable evidence of a profound connection between the living and the spirit world, reminding everyone that love transcends even death. 7. Astral projection. The alleged ability to separate one's consciousness from their physical body and travel to other places in the astral plane. Here's an example. In the serene ambiance of a meditation retreat, Elena, a seasoned practitioner, embarked on a journey of astral projection. As she sat in a comfortable position, she began to delve into a deep meditative state. With unwavering focus, Elena visualized herself floating above her physical body, feeling weightless and free. Gradually, her consciousness detached from the constraints of her flesh and soared through the astral plane. In her astral form, Elena explored distant realms, visiting vibrant landscapes and encountering ethereal beings. She traversed majestic forests, crossed ancient rivers, and even connected with spirits from a long-forgotten civilization. During her astral voyage, Elena encountered a fellow traveler, an experienced astral projector named Aiden. They exchanged knowledge and shared insights from their respective journeys, deepening their understanding of the astral realm. As the meditation session ended, Elena gradually returned to her physical body, with a profound sense of wonder and enlightenment. Her experience of astral projection reaffirmed the possibility of exploring realms beyond the physical, opening her mind to the vast mysteries of the astral plane. 8. Retrocognition. The ability to perceive past events or historical information without access to conventional knowledge. Here's an example. In a quaint antique shop, Nelia, a curious young woman, stumbled upon an intriguing artifact, a weathered pocket watch. As she held it in her hands, an overwhelming sensation enveloped her, and a flood of images from the past surged into her consciousness. Nelia's mind was transported back in time, witnessing scenes of a bustling train station in the early 1900s. She saw people dressed in vintage attire, the sound of steam engines, and the hustle and bustle of travelers. The pocket watch had once belonged to a young man who worked as a train conductor during that era. Startled, yet fascinated, Nelia saw glimpses of the conductor's life, his dreams, and the struggles he faced in an era long gone. She felt his joy during special moments and the heaviness of heartache he carried. The retrocognitive images painted a vivid portrait of a life lived in a different time, all unlocked by the touch of that vintage timepiece. Nelia left the shop feeling awestruck by her unexpected retrocognitive experience. This encounter with the past through the pocket watch opened her eyes to the extraordinary power of retrocognition, allowing her to glimpse history's hidden stories without any conventional knowledge or historical records. 9. Telekinesis. Similar to psychokinesis, this is the supposed power to move or control objects with the mind, but is usually associated with smaller and more precise movements. Here's an example. In a quaint laboratory, Professor Williams, a renowned psychic researcher, demonstrated his extraordinary telekinetic abilities to a captivated audience. On a table before him lay an array of small objects, marbles, pencils, and a delicate feather. With a calm demeanor, the professor focused his mind on a single marble. Without any physical interaction, the marble began to roll slowly across the table, seemingly guided by an unseen force. The audience gasped in amazement as they witnessed the precision and finesse of his telekinetic control. Next, Professor Williams directed his attention to the feather, an object notorious for its sensitivity to air currents. With delicate concentration, the feather floated effortlessly into the air, twirling and dancing as if held by an invisible hand. The display of telekinesis left the audience in awe of the mind's remarkable potential. Professor Williams's mastery over smaller and more precise movements demonstrated the subtle power of telekinesis, inspiring wonder and fascination among those fortunate enough to witness this extraordinary phenomenon. 10. Aura reading. The ability to perceive and interpret the energy fields or auras surrounding individuals, providing insights into their emotions, health, and personality. Here's an example. In a holistic wellness center, Julia, a gifted aura reader, offered her unique services to clients seeking deeper insights into their well-being. Emily, a curious visitor, stepped forward, intrigued by the concept of aura reading. As Julia gently placed her hands above Emily's body, she closed her eyes, attuning herself to the subtle energies. A soft, glowing aura emerged around Emily, shimmering with various hues and intensity. Julia explained that the bright blue shades indicated a person with a compassionate and nurturing nature. However, she noticed a cloud of darker hues around Emily's chest, suggesting suppressed emotions and feelings of sadness. As her hands moved closer to Emily's stomach area, Julia detected a vibrant yellow aura, signifying a strong sense of creativity and purpose. With a comforting smile, Julia shared her observations with Emily. She explained that the cloudy aura might be tied to a recent loss, and encouraged her to address these emotions and seek support if needed. On a positive note, Julia highlighted Emily's immense creative potential, suggesting avenues for self-expression and growth. Amazed by Julia's aura reading, Emily gained valuable insights into her emotional landscape and a newfound appreciation for the intricate energy fields that surround every individual. This experience left her feeling more attuned to her emotions and inspired her to embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing.